milk, and coffee. Hi everybody, I'm Moody Boo and I'm back with another top 10 list, sort of. Nah, it's more like a 5 and 5 list. And together they're 10, but not necessarily the same category, because I wanted to put together two notes that also equate to two things I love in real life, and that's milk and coffee. Now, I don't drink cow milk or animal milk. I drink almond milk. I know you got to find those tiny little titties on the almonds and just be doing that. It's really tough work. That's why those almond milkers get huge bonuses every year. Or I drink rice milk, same thing. Or I drink soy milk. But I don't like soy milk nearly as much as almond or rice, especially almond. I think that's my favorite. Anyway, I wanted to do a milk and coffee because I love mochas. Oh my God, yes. Or lattes or any form of coffee that has non-dairy milk in it. So, yeah, love it. I'll just start, with the milk. I know I'm so decisive today, aren't I? I'm just coming up with answers like that. So, all right. So first up, to start with, and if you hear something in the background there, that's the air conditioner. It's in the high 70s today, and it's going to climb higher as the day goes on. So I'm not willing to turn it off in order to film. No. I don't like being uncomfortable at all. So anyway, so the AC is in the background. So the first perfume I want to talk about is by Kerosene, and this is Palo. This is so good. This is a true coffee perfume. True coffee perfume. I mean, it's so good. John Pegg is so talented. It's got coffee and maple sap and vanilla and tonka and some benzoin and amber. And for me, it's fairly linear. But all of those notes are in there at all times. I don't feel like one kind of bows out while another one takes center stage. It's not like that. It's this beautiful, rich, expensive smelling, really decadent, dark roast kind of coffee smell with some maple and vanilla and tonka to kind of sweeten it up. Now the other notes, I don't get a lot of them. I think it just adds a little dryness to it and a little dimension to it to give it some depth. But it's so good. It is probably one of the best coffee perfumes out there. It is a proper coffee perfume. It really is. This is really pretty. And I think this is really geared towards a bit cooler temperatures. I think you could totally do it on a cool summer night. Why not? And it's a kerosene, so careful on the trigger. Oh, it's so good. He's so talented. He really is. And it's completely unisex. Absolutely unisex. All right. Next up. The next one I just have this travel size of, and I've just done a house review, part 1 and part 2. I've got a part 3 that I'll be doing to finish up the ateliers in my collection. I'll be doing a part 3 soon. Probably post it more, post-summer or close to the end of summer kind of thing, because they're mostly cooler weather perfumes for the most part. But you do what you want, you wear what you want, you smell the way you want. I am nobody to tell you otherwise. I'm just saying for me personally. So this is Cafe Tuberose by Atelier Cologne, and this is like some crazy garage find. It's all fucked up, but the juice is perfect. Because I have like, Atelier, I love them because they come in so many different sizes. So I have like 2 other small decants of this. They're like real small size. I think they only have maybe 3 mLs in them. And I've gone through one of those, but so this is the true juice. Oh, and I got it for a good price. And I like taking the risk. It's so pretty though. So it's coffee and chocolate and tuberose and rose and vanilla and cardamom and some citruses. And I'm telling you, this is so creamy. This is a really a gourmand. It's more of a gourmand tuberose than it is a floral coffee perfume, if that makes any sense. It's creamy, it's rosy, it's decadent, but that coffee, it adds this beautiful, roasted, earthy, just richness to the rose smell, the creamy rose smell. Oh my gosh, I really do love this stuff. I really do, but this stuff is decadent. So that means hot temperatures, you've got to be really careful because this one will bloom. It'll bloom like a mushroom cloud. And it will take out a radius of about 20 feet. So be careful with the spreads on hot weather with this one. So good stuff. All right, next up. The next coffee perfume, I only have a decant of, but I will have a full bottle when this runs out. And I have another smaller decant too, and that's Black Phantom by Kilian. Now I know this is a very polarizing perfume. I loved it instantly. I just wasn't sure if I wanted a full bottle, so I did buy a few decants of it. And going and wearing it and going through it, going through several wearings, really living with it for several months, yes, I will buy a full bottle. So it's chocolate and caramel and rum and coffee and sugar, and there's almonds and sandalwood and some florals. And I don't know about the florals. For me, it's just this slightly spicy, boozy, sweet coffee, chocolate coffee kind of it. Wow, that sums it up. It's like eating chocolates while you're drinking a dark roast, really expensive, you know, really quality coffee, spiked with some rum. Yeah. It's boozy, it's spicy though. It's got some spice to it that I'm not sure quite what it's coming from. Looking at the notes on Fragrantica, I don't know, but it's like there's a hint of maybe anise or pepper or something like that in there, but it's got a little bite. Just a little bit, not enough to draw blood, but just enough to let you know it's there. I just adore this stuff. I think it's completely unisex, year-round. It doesn't really lend itself for daytime wear. I don't think most coffee perfumes lend themselves to daytime wear, which is weird because that's when you usually drink the most coffee, is during the day. But for me, I usually wear them at night. Usually only weekends at night. So, except for this one. This one is a clubbing perfume. And you know, I think Cafe Tuberose could completely be a clubbing. And same with Follow. Honestly, yep, pretty much all the coffee perfumes I think are good clubbing perfumes. So, anyway, all right. Good performance. Did I say that already? Really good performance for me, like 7-8 hours. All right, next up. This next one I know is kind of polarizing, but not for me. Not ever. It never ever will be. Ever, 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 ever. Because it's in my husband's collection, and I gave it to him because I was like whack nut daddy-o over it. And that's New Harlem by Bond Number 9. He only wears it for me because telling you, This is send boo into a frenzy kind of a perfume. I love it, but I don't want to wear it. It's a weird thing. As soon as I smelled it, I fell in love. I wore it a couple times just to be sure I was crazy about it and bought him a full bottle. Actually, I did buy myself one and I gave it to my son, which is weird. I told him, don't wear this around me. It's too much for me. So don't wear this around me. So he wore it for his girlfriend and she went whack nut over it too. But luckily he went through that bottle quick and he cannot afford another one. And I'm not buying him one because this I only want for my honey. Because when I smell it, oh, it's coffee and lavender and vanilla and patchouli and tonka and amber and some woody notes and some citrus notes and some green notes. I don't know about those green notes. It's almost like breakfast in a bottle if you're eating breakfast naked. Yeah. Because it's sexy breakfast. Sex fest. Why not? Brexy. Could be. Oh. I don't know if it's the lavender, but it's like it almost has a maple syrup over pancakes, buttered pancakes kind of a vibe with a whole bunch of sexy poured in there. I don't know how they did it, but this one makes my head go a little funny. I'm so crazy about it. So, and it's completely unisex. I think women could wear this absolutely. I have a very, very visceral reaction to it. So I don't want to wear it. I don't want to touch myself. I want to touch my husband. So, oh, it's so good. I love it. I know there's a lot of people that can't stand it, and good on you. That leaves more bottles for me. Anyway, beautiful, really good performer, completely clubbing kind of a perfume. But this one, you know, I think if you just did one spritz under your clothes, you could wear it during the day to all kinds of venues. Oh. And there's a hint, just a hint of cleanness to it. Not necessarily soapy, but just cleanness. I bet it's that lavender. Oh. Anyway, yep, this one makes my head spin. Anyway, that's New Harlem by Bond number 9. I love. So, all right, next up. This one is my beauty. Laura de Torrente by Torrente. So this is coffee and rose and angelica and some woody notes and cassis and amber and some fruits and florals. I absolutely adore this stuff. It's like a clean, fresh, floral kind of a coffee. It's not a heavy coffee smell to me at all. It's so well blended with the other florals and the woods and the patchouli, or excuse me, the cassis, that it just, you can't pick out, I can't pick out one note. It just smells like this brilliantly blended kind of a coffee, floral, earthy, slightly fruity kind of a perfume. Oh. It's beautiful. And this one I think is completely unisex. That does say it's for women. They labeled it, you know, bad on them. But good on you if you want to go ahead and try this if you're a guy or non-binary. You know, don't let the woman thing, you know, worry ya. Give it a snoot. And if you don't like it, you know, you might like it for your lady or your significant other. Oh. I love this because it's very different from anything else I have in my collection. Absolutely anything. So it wears so well. Out of all the coffee perfumes, I think this is the least clubbing. You can wear it clubbing, but I think the other ones make a bigger statement clubbing. This one you could totally wear to any formal occasion though. And you could even wear this during the day. It doesn't have any hard edges. It's very versatile. It's very well blended. I don't think it would offend anybody, but it is pretty strong. So you could overdo it with the spraying. So do be careful if you try it. All right, next is the milk. Does body good. So the first one of the milk category is Palo Santo. And this is by Carner Barcelona. This is milk and vanilla and tonka, and there's some boozy notes and woody notes and vetiver. It is like this sweet, milky, woody kind of a perfume. Completely unisex. I think absolutely men or women could wear it. I think you could wear it year-round too. Now it is a bit on the sweet side, so you do have to be careful if you're in real hot weather. Now make sure you test it out in hot weather. But I've worn this summer nights, no problem. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It does lend itself a little more for cold weather, but that's just me. Completely unisex. Did I say that already? May have. Who cares? It's sweet, it's milky, it's woody, it's beautiful. So, all right, next milk. That sounds weird, but I'm going to say it anyway. Next milk. Now, I try really hard not to have too much overlap with my lists. There will be occasions when that happens, especially if a perfume is really strong in one category or it's really strong in multiple categories. I may have to get a shout out to it, you know, on more than one occasion because it's that good. To me, it is. So, and that's the case with Gold Heart by Map of the Heart. This is saffron and pepper and milk and woody notes and cardamom. It just smells like a spicy, warm, almost, there's a sweetness to it. It's like a spicy, warm, slightly sweet, milky perfume. And whenever I talk about milky perfumes, I do not like sour milk. Ew. Nope. I always talk about like a warm milk smell. And it's not even the smell of milk as much as what the note gives to the other notes. It will give it, you know, having milk in a perfume will give all the other notes that you can smell, this creaminess, this richness, this absolute decadence that I just don't get from any other note. Now, would I ever wear a milk perfume that's straight milk? No. Oh, no. 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 But if it was milk and sandalwood or milk and lychee or milk and, yes, because I know adding milk to whatever note that it's with is going to just make that thing gorgeous. And that's what happens here. It just makes this whole thing this beautiful, spicy, woody, milky concoction. Oh, and it's totally unisex. I think that this is one that can be worn year-round. And it's absolutely a clubbing perfume, for sure. So is Palo Santo. This one, though, I think is straight nights. I don't really see it during the day just because it's so decadent. And most of the milky ones are just so, you know, so yummy, decadent, creamy, rich. So, and those kind of perfumes that create that kind of reaction on me, I try not to wear during the day too much, unless I'm with the hubster. So I know I have a very physical reaction to perfumes. I really do. I don't know why. The next one is Bucura by Fuegia, and it's Fuegia 1833. And I love these little bottles. And this is one I don't reach for often because it's this little skinny 1 ounce bottle and it gets lost. But now I found it. And this is so good. So this is just passion fruit and milk and citruses. That's it. But I swear there's some heat in there. There's some spice, some pepper, some something in there that's giving it a little extra kick. It's, you know, the passion fruit, the milk, and the citruses have been elevated because there's, I don't know, something else in there. It reminds me a little bit of Palo Santo by Carner Barcelona behind me. Just a little bit. But this one isn't as sweet and creamy. This one's a little more spicy than it is milky. The milkiness is there for sure. But this one is fruity, a little spicy. It's lovely. Lovely stuff. Completely unisex. Absolutely clubbing. I don't know that I would wear it during the day. More nighttime, I think. Performance is pretty good. Performance on all the milk ones are pretty good. At least 5-6 hours, if not up to 8, 9, 10. So anyway, Bucura. It's a beauty. All right, next up. Had to put Hilde Toliani on the list. Had to put Hilde Toliani on the list. Sorry, but I had to because she got a perfume for everything damn near. Oh my God, and this is one of my favorites. This is Crema-Latte. This is my second bottle. I went through the first bottle double quick. It was like 1.5 years. Replaced that bottle immediately, and then I put it away for quite some time because I have like 27, 28 Hildes, so I wear different ones all the time. This is definitely a winter perfume. This is milk and sugar and caramel and vanilla, and there's some cinnamon and some citrus. That's it. Oh, there's no coffee in there, but it's almost as if you have poured a bunch of milk and caramel flavoring into a coffee. There's a ghost of the note of coffee's past in there. There is, I swear. It's very sweet. It's like those, I used to date this guy that was from Kuwait, and he made this drink. I think it was out of tea, not coffee though. And it was like, do you want a little tea with your milk or what? But I don't know what they put in there. Him and his brother. But Maz made this, maybe it was coffee. No, I think it was tea. Anyway, there was a lot of milk and sweetness to it. I loved it. I used to absolutely just drink the hell out of it, but I don't think there was a lot of caffeine in it. I think there was a lot of calories in it. Anyway, it was so good. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Yeah. Is that decadent tea or coffee milk drink that my ex-boyfriend from Kuwait used to make for me. Yeah. So there you go. That and kapsa. Oh my God, I love kapsa. If you've never had kapsa, oh, we'd eat it with newspapers all spread out and just the pot of chicken and rice right in the middle, and just grab a piece of chicken, roll it up in a ball, pop that thing in your mouth. Oh my God, it was so good. Oh my God. So anyway, there I go again. Squirrel. So Crema-Latte, completely unisex, very gourmand, sweet, does not lend itself to hot weather. It does bloom. I can attest to that. I wear it at night if I'm going to wear it during hotter months. Mostly colder weather though. Delicious. Performance is really good. It's like 5-6 hours at least. Absolutely clubbing kind of a perfume as well. So, all right, last up. And this is Santal Massoia by Hermes. This is sandalwood and milk and some floral notes. But it's all about the sandalwood, the milk, the Massoia, and a little bit of the fruit. I don't know. And the sugar, there is some sweetness to it. I don't know about the floral notes necessarily. There is some sweetness to it. I guess the florals could be contributing to that. But for me, it's all about the sandalwood, the milk, the Massoia, and the fruit. Now, ask me outright what Massoia smells like. No fucking idea. Except there's this smell in here that I assume is the Massoia that has a hint of freshness to it. It's like a fresh, warm, sweet wood kind of a perfume smell. I have no idea, no clue. But anyway, again, the milk just adds that creaminess to the rest of the notes. I don't smell milk. I never do with any of the milk perfumes. I only smell what it contributes to the rest of the perfumes, like I said earlier. And it does with this one too. Performance sucks. Let me reiterate in case you missed it the first time. The performance sucks. There, I emphasized the end. It's terrible. If it performed better, it would be a desert island perfume for me. But it does not, so it is not, and it never will be. But it's so pretty. Oh, I don't have a big bottle because I got to reapply it all the damn time. So I bought a bunch of these little things so that I could just throw it in my purse. And 2 hours from now, oh, it's gone. Spritz, 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 spritz. 2 hours again later, oh, it's gone again. It's really a poor performer, but it smells so good. Come on, Hermes, come on. Change that concentration so I can buy a full bottle and feel good about it. All right, well, that was it for me. That was milk and coffee. So I know I'm in a really weird mood. I'd apologize, but I'm not sorry, so I can't. So I want to be genuine. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody being here and hanging out with me. And don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell, I guess. And anyway, all right. Thanks again. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.